Don, I'm interested in knowing more about the difference between lifestyle-based hormones and glandular-based hormones.
Well, there's a very, very smart lady that I interviewed a long time ago. Her name is Dr. Diana Schwarzbein. And that was the first time, this was years and a decade ago, first time that I had actually heard that term. And here's what she's saying. There are glandular-based hormone deficiencies, meaning something's wrong with the gland. Your thyroid gland has got a disease process in it. Your adrenal gland, disease process. Your ovaries are diseased. Something's wrong with the gland. So therefore, as a result of the disease process, the gland is either over-secreting the hormone, which is causing a problem, or, more often, under-secreting, or it can't secrete enough, right? Addison's disease is where the adrenal hormones can't be secreted at all. So you have to replace those hormones. So there is an example of an absolute medical need to replace the hormone because you've got a disease process in the gland. All right, well, what about all these women showing up at premenopause and menopause with all these problems? Where's the disease in their gland? They don't have a disease in their gland, so where's their hormones going? Where'd it all go to? Did they just fly away in the ether? What happens to the hormones? So that's where she talks about lifestyle-related hormone deficiency. Now, she's the one that also introduced this idea that you have really primary, big, major hormones that are really dominating and controlling how your body metabolizes and the life-sustaining functions, right? And then there's smaller hormones that assist in your body in its metabolism, but also those smaller hormones do things like help you with reproduction, and thyroid hormone helps with metabolism, and testosterone helps the drives in men, and estrogen in women. But a lot of times we think those are the big major hormones. They're not. They're small in comparison. So what we have to look at is these big hormones, which are insulin, adrenaline, and cortisol. Those are the life-sustaining hormones. And when you do things to imbalance those hormones, then you're automatically going to create a situation where the body is going to steal your reserves of your smaller hormones in order to correct big hormone problems. Right now, here's what's a little bit hard to understand, but just follow me on this. When you overstimulate, spike these big hormones, it's sending this terrible message to your brain that says, my survival is being threatened. Because that's what these hormones do. They are literally your survival hormones. So if you spike it, for example, eat a whole bunch of sugar, and you're going to spike your insulin levels, and your brain is going to freak out and go, oh my God, so this is a crisis situation, and it's going to just tell insulin to get as much of that sugar out as possible, because what does the body hate? What's diabetes? Right? Elevated blood sugar, right? So it's going to, it sees elevated blood sugar as a threat to survival. Because what happens to a diabetic if you don't? Dead, right? They die. Now, the other hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, they get spiked when you're under a certain type of degenerative type of stress, duress, where, like, getting stuck in traffic and then getting really mad as a result of it is an example of spiking these hormones when you shouldn't be spiking them. You did it based on your perception of the situation, you see? So when you overstimulate or spike these hormones, what you're telling your body is, my survival is being threatened. And what it's going to do is it's going to dip into its reserves over here, because the body uses hormones interchangeably. And so in order for you to be stressed, or in order for you to have to compensate for excess amounts of sugar and poor lifestyle choices, it's stealing your estrogen and progesterone in order to do it. It's stealing your testosterone. That's why women are suffering with problems with their sex drive and their premenopause, menopause, and PMS symptoms. Where are these hormones going? The big hormones are the ones that are saying, your lifestyle is out of balance, you got to correct this. The little hormones are the ones doing damage control, trying to do the best that they can to keep you alive, because people are literally living day to day, women, in a threat to survival circumstance. They're day in and day out, they're waking up, and the first message going to their brain is, my survival is being threatened. So Schwarzbein was the one that sorted that out, and we have to understand the difference between a real disease process in a gland and the lifestyle-based. You see, the lifestyle-based are the ones that I'm talking about. Spike the big hormones, sacrifice the little hormones. Now you know where they're all going. And now you know why I said, if you correct the lifestyle thing, calm all that down, guess what happens? Your body can repair. It will bring back your hormones if you'll do that. And any woman can rejuvenate themselves if they'll just do the right thing.
How do you spell her name? Schwartz, do you know?
Yes. Schwarzbein.
Okay, got it.
I need a Nobel Prize for that one.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to test you, you know.